So are you all getting the answer? Yeah, many of you have typed the answer. So this is the answer. Okay, this is the answer. So uh, does anyone want me to explain it? I think I'll just do it quickly so that everyone is clear about it. So you try with the first step. I'll do it in a fast way. Okay? If someone does not understand, you can just let me know. So you start with the first step, go left, come here, again go left, come here, go left, come here, and you will say L R V. So therefore you get the answer here as G. Then you will go back to the parent, try to go right. Okay, so when you try to go right, you come here, then you will try to go left, you will try to go right, and you will visit. Therefore you get the answer here as H. Then you will go to the parent, you will say visit. So you will get the answer here as D. Then you will come here, you will say right. So you will come here, you try to go left, there is no left. You will try to go right. Then you will come here, you will try to go left, you will try to go right, and you will visit. Since you visit, you will print the answer here as I. Then you come back to the parent, you will visit, get the answer as E. Come back to the parent, you will visit, you will get the answer as B. Okay. Then you go to the parent, you will go right. When you go right, you come to a new node, so again you'll try to go left. You'll come here, try to go left. There's no left, so you'll try to go right. You will come here, you will try left, you will try right, and you will visit. So you get your answer as J. You come here back to the parent, you will visit, get answer as F. You will come here, you will try to go right, no right subtree, so you will visit, get answer as C. Go back to the parent and you will visit, so you'll get the answer as A. Okay, so this is the way you do a post order traversal. So does anyone want any detailed explanation here in any place if you have not understood? Since this is your third traversal, I've just done it a bit fast. I think you are getting it by now. So still anyone wants any explanation? Okay, so I'll proceed then. So similarly, you can try to get a traversal of this, get the post order traversal of this. Okay, so I will getting the answer. This will be the answer. While getting this. Yeah. So I think most of you have got the answer. Okay, so you can try this later. If you are not getting the answer, you can just try it slowly later after the class is over. Okay. One thing, if you note in all your answers, okay, your root node, the value of your root node, this whatever the root node comes last. Okay. Because you are visiting the root node, your steps are like this now, L, R, V. So first you will visit the left subtree, then you will visit the right subtree, and then you will visit this node. Okay, so you are visiting left, you are visiting right, and then you are visiting. Therefore, this answer comes at the end. When you take any subtree like that, if you take this one by itself and solve, this answer will come last. Okay, you can see here, this is that subtree. So this is that last node. This is the right subtree. And you can see the root node of that subtree plus is come at the end. Okay. So this was the left subtree and this was the right subtree with respect to the original root node. Okay. So this is just one observation for you all. Similarly, you can see for pre-order and other trees also, it will be similar. The pattern is repeating because they are applying the same algorithm throughout the tree. So as you can see here, when you do the traversal in the post order, you get a post fix expression. Okay, you can see all the operators are coming after the operands. So this is your post fix expression actually. So whenever you're given an expression tree, and depending on the traversal that you do, that kind of expression you get. So if you do a pre-order traversal, you get prefix expression, in order then infix expression, and post order then postfix expression. Okay, provided the tree is a expression tree. The expression tree is nothing but having your data values, operands, and the operators. Okay, how to construct one, maybe we'll see after your IT, your second IT. So these are your non-recursive traversals. Again, this we will see later. So what we want to see now is the fourth type of traversal, level order traversal. You can just take a screenshot of this or write it down, how it works. So let's see how this works. Okay, the way this you get the output is pretty simple. Okay, you start with your root node. Start with your root node. Start at this level. Okay, start at this level and print, write that whatever value is there at that level in the answer. So you will write A in the output. Following that, you go to the next level and you will now scan from left to right. So you will go to the next level and go from left to right. So the next value, the first value, when you go from left to right, first value on that level is B. So write it down. Then go to the next value on that level. It is C. Write it down. Okay. Then go to the next level. So this is the next level. You can go left to right. So next value, leftmost value is D, then E, then F. Then go to the last level. Then you will get G, H, I, and J. So this is your level order traversal. Just go by each level, and then as you go from each level, you will go left to right. Whatever is coming, you are going to print in the answer. Okay, so this is what I just showed you just now. So the answer you will get is this. So this is pretty simple level order traversal. Just start from the root node and go by each level left to right. And if you're going to implement it in the data structure, then the steps for implementing it will be like this, like how I showed you in the, I told you this is your steps for implementing it in the form of a data structure. So basically you're going to store the values in a queue, and then you're going to delete the values from the queue and so on. Okay. Right now we won't go into the details of this. So any questions about this level order? So I think it's okay with everyone. Okay, so this is a fourth type of traversal, level order. So in order, pre-order, post-order, and level order. Okay. Normally when we write a binary tree program, we will do only the first three traversals. Okay, we won't implement level order. Okay, you can check any kind of program on most of the textbooks or online, anywhere you can find any programs on binary trees. Only the first three traversals will be implemented. Okay, the fourth one will not be done mostly. So this is what is to do with the basics of binary trees. So before I switch to the next topic, can you just for a revision, can you all type the answer what you have understood as a binary tree? What is a binary tree? How to know the level in the code? So Siddesh, you will have to check. So you're going to implement this using queues. Okay, so you're always going to start with the root node. You're going to start with the root node. Okay, and then you're going to check whether this node is having a left child and a right child. So you start with this root node, store, you're going to implement in the queue. So you're going to store A in the queue. Okay, then you're going to check whether A is having a left child and a right child. If it is having, then that means those children of the A are on the same level. They cannot be on different levels. And then you're going to store the children of A, B and C onto the queue. Okay, something like this. And since you have already visited the children of A, you're going to delete this A, going to delete this A, write A in the output. Then you're going to come to the first element in your queue, that is B. Check whether it is having children. So again it will have left child and a right child. Store these children in the queue. So you will have D, you will have E. Okay. Since you have already visited with this children of this node, write it in the output. Go to the next node, C. Check whether it is having left child and right child. So it is having only one child, so you will store that in the queue like this. So since you have visited all the children of C, put it in the output. And like this you can continue. Okay. So you're going to make use of your queue and you're going to implement it like this, level order. That is the way you're going to find out the levels of the nodes in the tree, because the children can be at the same level, they will never be at different level. Okay, so I hope that has made it clear. So that is one more application of a queue, implementing level order. Okay, so let's switch to the next topic that we're going to do. I'd ask you one question. Before that, just answer. Can you type what you have understood by binary tree? Yeah. So basically, it's a tree which is having a maximum of 2 children. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So basically, the main thing that you have to remember is it can have maximum 2 children, or the children could be empty also. Means each node could have no children also. So it will be a leaf node, or maximum it could have 2 children. Okay. More than that is not allowed. If it's more than that are present, then it's not a binary tree. It could be some other tree. Okay. So we are going to come to the next type of tree known as binary search tree. Okay. In short form, it is called as BST. This is the first letters. In the exams and all, it may come like this BST. The BST stands for binary search tree. So you can just note down these values, the definition, then I'll tell you what this definition means. So first of all, your binary search tree is a binary tree. Okay. Binary search tree is a binary tree. So it is a binary tree, but it is a special type of binary tree. So according to the definition, the left subtree will contain keys. Okay, one thing before I tell you the definite keys here, the meaning of keys here means values of the nodes. The data that is stored in the nodes is referred to as keys. Okay, so all the data that is stored in the tree will be referred to as a key. So here, when you refer to the definition here, it says the left subtree of a node contains only nodes with keys lesser than the nodes key. Basically, what it means to say is on the left subtree, all the values will be less than the value of the root node. Okay. And on the second part of the definition says the right subtree will contain values of keys greater than the root node. So basically this node here stands for root node. Okay. So in the left subtree will have lesser values than the root node. Right subtrees will have greater value than the root node. Okay. Then the left and right subtree themselves will be binary search trees. Okay. So it's a repetitive process. So right now you just note down this definition. When we see an example, you will understand this better. Just note down this. Okay. So these are all examples of binary search trees. Okay. As you can see here, a binary search tree is a binary tree. Okay. So you can see everywhere there are just 2 branches. Okay. Maximum a node has is 2 children. So therefore a binary search tree is also a binary tree. Okay. Now why it is called a binary search tree? Let's see. So take any node. Okay. Take any node. So we'll start from here. I'm taking this example. You start from the root node. Okay. The value on the left of this root node will be less than this value. Okay. value of this left child will be less than this. Not only left child, all the values on the left subtree will be less than this. Okay, so you take this entire thing is the left subtree. All these values are less than the value of the root node. Similarly, all the values on the right subtree are greater than the value of the root node. Okay, this is now with respect to this node. I'm talking with respect to this node. Can you see? All the values on the left subtree of that node, node 67, are less than it. All values on the right subtree of node 67 are greater than that. And the same thing is repeated for every node. Okay, same thing is repeated for every node. So you take any node, the value of the left subtree will be less than that node, and value of the right subtree will be greater than that node. So you take any other node. So take, say, 34. Okay, take 34. Value of its left subtree is less than that. Value of the right is greater than 34. So this is the left subtree greater than 34. So you take any node for, take 80. The left 78 is less than that. 95 is greater than 80. Okay, so the property will be maintained throughout the tree, that value of the left subtree is less than the value of the root node, and value of right subtree is greater than the value of root node. Now, one common mistake the student says, when I refer to root node, people only refer to that this is the root node. Okay, now when I say root node, I'm referring to the root node of each subtree in the in your binary search tree. So if I say root node, the root node will be the node that I'm referring to at presently. So suppose I'm referring to root node of this subtree, it will be this one. Okay, root node of this subtree will be this one. Like that, I told you there are so many subtrees that are possible. So at that particular moment, whichever subtree you are referring, that subtree's root node you have to take into consideration. 67 will not be the permanent root node when you are checking for this. Okay, 67 is the root node of the whole tree, and when you refer to 67 left subtree, the node is the and this is the, consider only this portion of the tree, and you take this as the root.
Hello, sir. Sir, sorry for
Value
not
on the
hearing you.
left is, yes, yes. You could
Hello,
not hear me.
sir.
My network has gone.
So that part you
Okay.
were telling,
Okay. Till where
67 is
yeah.
the value of the root and 34 of another.
Can you all hear me? Students,
So
can you
yeah,
hear me? Okay. Basically, I have not heard the whole thing, I think. Okay. I'll just repeat it. Okay. 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 So your binary search tree property is values on the left side will be less than the root node, and value of the right subtree will be greater than the root node. The root node, by root node we do not mean the root node of the entire tree. Okay, root node means the current node that you are referring. So root node, suppose I am referring to this node, then that will be the root node, and you will look at the left subtree of that node 34 and right subtree of 34. Okay, so left subtree of this node, this will be less 12 will be less than 34. And if you look at the right subtree of 34, these are the tree values. These all values will be greater than 34. So 45 is greater than 34, 38 is greater than 34, 60 is greater than 34. So you take like that any node, take any node, its left child and left descendants will be less than its value, and right child and right descendants will be greater than that value. So if you look at this node, for example, the right descendants of 67 are all these nodes. Right descendants of 67 are all these nodes. Okay, so all these nodes are in the right side of 67, and these all will be greater than 67. Okay, so right descendants or nodes in the right subtree are greater than the value of the node, and left subtree or left descendants are less than the value of the node. So that is true throughout the binary search tree. Okay, so therefore we call it as a binary search tree. So you take any other example also on this slide, and you can see that condition will hold true. Okay, so if you look at this diagram here, this is your, if you refer to this node, these are the values in the right subtree. Okay, all these values are greater than 50. Okay, because these are to the right of 50. So whatever is on the right subtree is greater than 50. Left subtree, nothing is there. Again, if you just refer to this 70, okay, since this is the left subtree of 70, 65 and 68 are less than 70. Okay, so values on the left are less, values on the right are greater. And one common question that many of you will ask is, what if two values were same? What if I had one more 34? Okay, and that depends on if two values are duplicate, and that depends on the programmer. You can program it as either insert, if there are two values, you can insert on the left side, or you can insert on the right side. That depends on your programming that you do. Both are correct, the way you program it. So later on, when we are constructing this tree, we can see how to insert a duplicate value inside the tree. So here on this slide, does anyone have any difficulty in understanding what I just said? Look at any of these diagrams, anywhere you want any explanation why it is like that. Main thing you should remember is a binary.
Sir, can't hear.
What they heard. Students, am I audible? Hello, students.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you? Okay, but could you all hear what I was explaining just now about binary search trees? Did you all listen to that? What I just explained? Okay, then let's proceed. So, any doubts on this slide before I proceed? Anyone? Why any of these diagrams are like that? These are all now correct, valid binary search tree diagrams. So, does anyone want anything to be clarified in any of the diagrams? Okay, let me continue then. So again, these are all examples of your binary search tree. Okay, now again the traversal methods for binary search tree are the same like your binary tree. Okay, steps will be the same. So you can just try this at home later after the class is over. You can note down this tree, and these are the answers that you should get for your pre-order, in-order, post-order, and level order. You can try it out later. Traversal methods are same for any kind of tree. Okay, it's not going to change. You can just note down this, take a screenshot or something. Just remember this, that in binary search tree also traversal methods are same as binary tree. Okay. So next we'll look how to search for a value in a binary search tree. So suppose you're given a value, how to search for a value in a binary search tree. So you start always with the root node. Searching for a value, you start with the root node. You compare the value to be searched with the value of the root node. If it is equal, then you have found a value at that in the tree, and you can say that search is successful. You can put a message. Otherwise, if the value that you're searching is less than the value of the root node, you will move left. Or if the value of the value you're searching is greater than the value of the node, you will move to the right. And then you keep repeating these 3 steps till you can find the value. And if you reach a leaf node at the end and you cannot go any further, then you will declare that that particular value that you are searching is not present in the tree. Okay, so you can just take a screenshot of this, and I'll explain you with the example what we are doing. I think we have already, I don't remember if I given you the PDF on this. If I've given you the PDF, then the steps will be there in that PDF. So basically, look at the example here. So suppose we are searching for the value 38. Okay, we are searching for this value 38. How do you search for that value 38? So you're going to start from the root node. Okay, start from the root node. Compare 38 with this value, 38 with 67. Since 38 is less than 67, since 38 is less than 67, you will move left. You will go left. Okay. So when you come to a new node, again compare 38 with that value. Compare 38 with that value. So now you are comparing 38 and 34. 38 is greater than 34. 38 is greater than 34. So you will move right. Okay. Then you come to a new node, compare 38 with that value. So you're comparing now 38 with 45. 38 is less than 45. So whenever it is less, you're going to go left. So you're going to go left. So you will come here. Okay. And then when you compare here 38 with this value, 38 is equal to this value. So you will say element is found in the tree. So if the value comparison is less than the value of the node, you will go left. If the value of the comparison, if whatever value you are searching is greater than the value of the node, you will go to the right. And if the values are equal, you will declare that the node has been, the key that you are searching has been found. Okay. So similarly, if I tell you to search 95, can you write in the chat what will be the comparison? Search for 95. You have to write like this stepwise in your exam. When you're, if you have been told to search for a particular value in the tree, then you'll have to write all the steps till you find the node. So can you write down the steps for 95, all the comparisons for 95? 95 is here. Yeah, Burhanuddin, you're not going to write 67, not like this, okay? The way Burhanuddin has written, the value that you're searching should be written first. So like how Ashish has written, or Steven has written, or Ria has written, or the others have written, okay? You're going to write like that. The value that you're searching should be written first. Yeah, so basically this is the way you are going to write, okay? Please note, like how Ashish, Anthony, or Steven, or Ria has written. Okay. And suppose I would tell you to search for 99. Suppose I would tell you to search for 99, then you would come all the way till 95. Okay. Suppose I would tell you to search for 99. You would come all the way to 95, same steps. Okay. You would have written 99 greater than 67. Move right, 99 greater than 80, move right, 99 greater than 95, move right. But then there's no more nodes. So you would have said 99 not present in the tree, or 99 not found, you could have said. Okay. So that is a way of writing for something that is not present in the tree. So you would have to do a comparison till here, 99 greater than 95, and you would have written here, there's nothing to move forward. So you would have said no left child. So 99 not present in the tree, or 99 not found. Clear? Just note it down somewhere and keep how to write for a node that is not present in the tree. So I think everyone has understood how to do searching. So before I proceed, any questions about how to do this? Anyone has any questions?
Sir, Siddesh here, sir. So first we have to compare with the right node, sir. So the value that we have to search, we have to first compare with the right node, then start the
No,
searching.
not right node. You start comparing with the root node. You start comparing with the root node. So always you start comparing with the root node. So suppose like for example, we are searching for 79. Okay, you are told to find this value 79. You start from here. If it is less, 79 is less than this value, you will go left. Okay. If 79 is greater than this value, then you will go right. So everywhere, whenever you do a comparison of 79 with the value of the node, if 79 is less than the value of the node, if 79 is less than the value of the node value, then you will go left. Okay. And if 79 is greater than the node value, then you will go right. So if you are doing searching for 79 here, you start from here, 79. Check, is 79 greater or less than 67? So if it is less, you go left, and if it is greater, you will go right. So when you check here 79 with 67, 79 is greater than 67, so you will go right. You will come here. Okay. Again check 79 with this node. If it is less, you will go left. If it is 79 is greater than this value, you will go right. When you compare now 79 with 80, what it is? It is less. 79 is less than 80, so you will go left. Okay. And you will come here, check 79. 79 whether it is less or greater. If it is less, you go left. If it is right, if it is greater, you will go right. When you compare 79 with 78, 79 found. You have to just go based on the comparison. When you compare, if it is less than the value of the node, so suppose this is the node value, and let's say the value that you're searching is called key. So if key is less than the node value, then you will move left. And if key is greater than the node value, then you will move right. And if key is equal to the node value, if key is equal, then you will say found. Okay, so I hope that makes it clear. Is it okay, Siddesh?
Yes, I got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So let's proceed then with the next. So this is the first operation possible in a binary search tree, searching for a value. Okay. The next operation that is possible is inserting in a binary search tree. So just note down these steps. You can take a screenshot. I'll show you with the example, explain you with the example the steps. Now in these steps they have mentioned that duplicate keys are not allowed. Okay, that depends on the programming that you do. So it's not a rule that a binary search tree cannot have duplicate values. You can have duplicate values, but sometimes you can do a programming that you don't want duplicate values because you're already having that value present in the tree. So it's a waste of memory if you store that same value again. So now basically we are going to see how to construct a binary search tree. Okay. Till now we were directly given a binary search tree and we were doing the operations on it. How to construct a binary search tree. Remember the properties of the binary search tree. Values on the left subtree are less than the root node. Values on the right subtree are greater than the root node. So let's start from here. Okay. You can just note down this quickly, all these numbers. And I'll show you the first 4-5 insertions, then you can continue. Okay. It's not difficult. And when you're showing it for your exams, you have to show stepwise. You cannot do it in one diagram. You cannot show everything. You have to show each step. And this will be a 8-mark question for you. You can be asked to construct, write a C program for this, or you can be asked to draw the diagrams like this, show the insertions. Okay, so let's start. So whatever is the first value that is given to you, okay, the first value that is given to you in insertion. So the first value is 50 in our case. So that will become your root node of your binary search tree. Okay, whatever is the first value, that will be your root node. Okay, so you don't have to think much, and you will just insert a value like this. Just draw a circle, that 50 will be your first node and that is your root node. Okay. Now, when you go to insert the next value, the second value is 30. Okay. When you're inserting 30, you compare 30 with your value of the root node. Compare this 30. If 30 is less than the value of the node, you will insert 30 in the left side. If 30 is greater than the 50, then you will insert on the right side. Now you know that 30 is less than 50, so 30 will be inserted as the left child of 50. Okay. So that is all. How you get it is based on the comparison. Okay. When you're comparing, if it is the new value is less than the value of the node, insert it in the left side. If the new value that you're inserting is greater than the value of the node, root node, insert on the right side. Okay. So this is the way your 30 would have got inserted. Okay. You have compared 30 with 50. Since 30 was less than 50, you are inserting 30 as the left child of 50. Clear? Okay. Next. So now we are inserting 60. Again, always your comparison will always start from the root node. Okay. So now when you are inserting 60, start from here. Compare here. Okay. Check whether 60 is less than 50 or 60 is greater than 50. Now you know that 60 is greater than 50. So where should 60 be inserted? 60 should be inserted as the right child of 50. Okay. Since 60 is greater than 50. You can write here, you can see in the next diagram, 60 will be inserted on the right side. Okay. If you want, you can write also here, no problem in writing. Also, if you want, you can write 60 greater than 50. Therefore, insert as the right child. Okay. Here also you could have written 30 less than 50. So insert as the left child. You can write if you want. Okay. Go in the same sequence that you have been shown. You have been given. So I am going in the same sequence as the problem. That first was 50, then 30, then 60. Do not change this order of elements that has been given to you. Okay. So follow this order that has been given. So 50, 30, 60, then fourth one you are going to insert is 38. And continue with your previous tree. So now when I am inserting 38, I am going to insert 38 to this diagram. Okay. So you have to follow the proper sequence. Do not insert 38 anywhere in the other diagram. So 38 will be inserted to this diagram. So let's see how to insert 38. So can you all draw? I think it's simple. I'll just tell you. So when you're inserting 38, okay, your next step is to insert 38. Always start from the root node, from here. Okay, start from here. Now when you start from here, compare. Is 38 greater than 50 or 38 is less than 50? If 38 is less than 50, go left. Now in our case, we know that 38 is less than 50, so you will go left. Okay. If there was no child here, then 38 would have got inserted here itself. But since there is one node already present here, we again compare now 38. Okay, compare 38 with this node. Compare 38 with this node. If 38 is less than 30, if 38 is less than 30, 38 gets inserted here. Okay, and if 38 is greater than 30, 38 will get inserted here. So I think it's obvious. You can tell and you can draw in your books. Where is 38 supposed to be inserted? Is it less than 30 or greater than 30? So since 38 is greater than 30, 38 will not be inserted here. Okay, but 38 will be inserted on the right side. 38 will be inserted on the right side of 30. So this is your diagram when you are inserting 38. Okay, is it okay? Again, I'll just repeat. Start insertion from the root node. Compare that value with the value of the root node. So you compare 38 with 50. If it is less, you will go left. If it is greater, you will go right. Since 38 is less than 50, you go to the left. Compare with that node. Okay. If it is less, you will go left. If it is greater, you will go right. Since 38 is greater than 30, you will insert 38 on the right side of 30. So we can see that in the next diagram. And similarly, you have to keep doing it for all the other values. Okay. I hope you are simultaneously drawing these diagrams with my slides. So this is the way 38 would have got inserted. So can you try 35? Try 35. Again, the same way, start with the root node. So are you all getting this answer? To compare 35 with 50, it is less than that, so you will go left. 35 is greater than 30, so you will go right. 35 is less than 38, so you will insert it on the left. Okay, try this 55. So this is the way 55 will get inserted. Start from the root node. So you start 55 here. 55 greater than 50. So you will go right. 55 is less than 60. So you will insert it on the left of 60. Always insertion has to start from the root node. You cannot insert from wherever you want. Start the comparison from here and then go left or right. Okay, insert 22. So this is the answer you should be getting. Please draw for each step the diagram again. Okay. So when you are drawing the branches, you do not use a ruler. Please use your free hand, draw lines. So again, you start from here, start from the root node. 22 is less than 50, so you go left. 22 is less than 30, so you will insert 22 here. Insert 59. So is this the answer you are getting? Compare 59 with 50, so it is greater, so you will go right. 59 is less than 60, so go left. 59 is greater than 55, so insert in the right. Insert 94. So you can just complete this in your books. 94, 13, 98. Okay, 94, 13, 98. So these are the answers you will get. You can just take a screenshot if you want. 94 will be inserted like this. 94 is greater than 50, so you will go right. 94 is greater than 60, so 94 will be inserted here. 13, start from here. 13 is less than 50, go left. 13 is less than 30, go left. 13 is less than 22, and you will insert 13 here. The last value that you are going to insert is 98. 98 is greater than 50, go right. 98 greater than 60, right. 98 greater than 94. So again you will insert 98 in the right of 94. Okay, so this is the final answer that you will get. You can just take one screenshot of this and keep. This is what you should get at the end of the insertion. If some of you all have not been able to draw as fast, you can just draw this and do stepwise, do it slowly and check it out. You should get this answer. Okay, so I'll just come to the chat if anyone is having any questions about this. Any questions about these insertions? Is it okay? Okay, there are no questions. Okay, then I'll stop the class, students. Okay, so tomorrow is a holiday, most likely. I may not be able to give you all any recorded lecture for tomorrow, so maybe we'll continue with the binary search tree next week. Okay, for Saturday we'll be doing one practical, so for that I will be giving you one lecture. Okay, the next experiment. Most likely it will be implementing binary trees. Okay. Yeah, Siddesh, if the value of that is same as the, for example, a good question from Siddesh, but to just implement it using the same rules then. Okay, if there's a duplicate value, suppose, in case you have to insert 50, imagine that you are having, instead of 98, the last value that you have to insert is, after 98, say you have to insert another value 50. Okay, say one more value you have to insert is 50 after this, a duplicate value. What will you do? You start from here. Okay, now you have to pre-decide. As a programmer, you will have to pre-decide whether duplicate value will be inserted on the left side or you will insert duplicate or value on the right side. Okay, so depending on the decision that you have taken, both the decisions are correct. Someone may decide that he does not want any duplicate values. Okay, in case you decide that you want a duplicate value, say I decide that I want it on the right side. Any duplicate value, I will take it on the right side. So I will go here, 50. I'll compare here. Since it's the same value, I will, and I've already pre-decided that duplicate equal values will be taken on the right side. I will come here. Okay, so I will compare 50 with this. 50 is less than 60, so I will come here. 50 is less than 55, so I will insert 50 here. Clear? So this is the way duplicate value would have been inserted. This is because I have decided that 50 duplicate values have to be inserted in the right subtree. Someone else may decide that he wants to insert duplicate values on the left subtree. So this is the answer for inserting 50 on the right subtree if it is a duplicate. Let's see if I wanted to insert 50 as the duplicate on the left subtree. So what I would have done? 50 is less than this, so I would have come here. 50 is greater than 30, come here. 50 is greater than 38, so 50 would have got inserted here. This was if I was inserting 50 on the left side. Okay, so this is the way. Any other duplicate value also would have to follow the same logic. So depending on how you have decided. Okay, so for exams and all, if you get duplicate values, we'll keep a standard format. All of you can insert on the right side. Okay, so you can insert all duplicate values, if any, on the right side. If you insert on the left side also and you forget that you were supposed to insert on the right side, that is also okay. But we just make a general rule for everyone that we'll insert on the right side. Okay. So, was I not sharing the screen when I was telling you that? Okay, the recording was on, so maybe I'll share this recorded video on YouTube, then you can just check, okay? Just go to the end of this lecture and I've just told you how to insert 50 on the right side and left side, okay? Yeah, so we'll stop the lecture and see you all on Saturday, okay? Take care.